Evening. This one is EHOME versus Invasion Esports. EHOME are looking dominant. It's a new roster. We've got some SEA faces here, but they walk into this match sitting at a very pretty 12-2. Their only two losses coming to CDEC. CDEC 16-6, so despite taking down EHOME twice, EHOME, they've got some opponents still to deal with, but they're going to work now on Invasion Esports, who are on the other end of the coin. The SEA scene, with the loss of Ice, Mushi, Ohio, Extinct scattered a bit to the winds now, joining CSW, who are 1-11 in the tournament. HY in and out of retirement. The scene just isn't what it used to be, and although there's a lot of really talented new blood, they're struggling. They have to play against the Chinese teams on the Chinese servers, and just in general, not able to rack up too many wins. But with that said, we walk into this match, Invasion, with something to prove, and, well, we're going to have Mushi facing his former prodigy. Kind of a cool storyline. Kachikimba matching wits with him, and, well, of course, you've got Winter's old buddy, FCFC here, so Invasion, one of the stronger teams in SEA, but now they face a rising titan in China. With that said, draft's begun. So let's look at what we've got here. It's a first overall pick Axe. And then EHOME say, you know what? We're not afraid of the Axe. We're going to pick right into a Lycan Batrider. This is definitely a very ballsy move, I would say, by EHOME. The Batrider, obviously a strong, well-rounded pick, but going straight into Lycan when you see the Axe it can be asking for trouble in the laning stage. Obviously, Lycan not completely shut down by Axe, but it's one of the very best heroes to lane against him. And good lockdown later on, you get a BKB, doesn't matter, Call goes through that. Lycan does all physical damage, Axe has plenty of armor from Berserker's Call to deal with it. Can't really run away when you're getting chopped, and, well, with the Vengeful Spirit minus armor, they get some real good physical damage from these spins. So, my first time casting the new EHOME. Of course, it's a very unique team. You've got 71 coaching the squad, an old brand resurrected from the ashes, and, well, only fitting, I suppose, that Invasion will deny them the Phoenix with that second phase ban there. The Mushi Shadow Fiend also removed from the pool, and, well, with that said, the draft will continue. Your Ancient Apparition, now snapped up by EHOME. Shatter pretty nice against the Witch Doctor heal in general. Good with the Batrider. I think that's really the main thing here, though. You go for the Lasso Ganks, Ice Blast follows it up. You just need, like, one more hero to join that engagement in order to collect a kill. So, with that said, Witch Doctor. Now, after the Witch Doctor, I wonder where they go. They've got a lot of physical damage coming out. In fact, almost all physical damage, which is where Ghost Scepters could be good for EHOME if they ever get into a sticky situation. They do ban the Bristle in the second phase, as well as Invoker. Potentially worried about some minus armor play. Of course, the Forge Spirits are nice. And Troll surprisingly slips all the way through. This hero, first phase ban-worthy against most of the CIS teams over in Europe, and a Wild Terrorblade appears. Alright, we're getting something really different this time around. This hero has not really been seen much of since the new patch hit. He has been in the dark, quietly, sulking, I suppose you could say. I'm actually going to look up his win rate on this patch. I'm very curious. 11-8, 58% win rate, but he's hardly been played. 19 games. You compare that, the most played here on the patch is Venge, with 249 games. It drops off pretty quickly after her. But with that said, Terrorblade, can they stop him from getting off the Sunder? This game will be the question. EHOME a bit light on the disables here. They have Bash, they have Lasso. That's really it. This Invasion will remove Lion. I think this is probably the best hero to ban. Pugna also really good against Illusions if you go for that core Pugna Aghanim Scepter, but they don't really have... They really need a support now. I guess you could run the support Pugna, but then you're not getting the quick egg. So Lion a go-to, obviously with the Mana Drain buff, and just a stronger hero in general in the laning stage. This would have matched up very well against Terrorblade. And as for EHOME now, they'll look for that second support. There's a Rubik out there, not really the best Rubik game in terms of matchup, with nothing too great to steal. Earthshaker's out there. They go for the Wraith King. This is something they've run a few times. Inflame generally the one to play it in that support role, so it looks like we'll probably see the Mushi Troll here. Ohio going to be handling the Batrider, and I believe that would put ZYF onto the Lycan. So from there, DDZ Or it's DDZ. DDC. Oh boy. What a mistake and an unfortunate one. DDC will likely be on your support Ancient Apparition or Wraith King, and Flame normally the Wraith King player. So that pretty much concludes the roles for them. As for Invasion, definitely a lineup that wants to play aggressive in this laning stage. The Venjax. You go for the Axe here, and it's a hero that can take safe lane farm and then still dominate a game, but you're running a Terrorblade. So if they want to do that, they're going to have to run either an aggressive tri-lane with the Terrorblade, and Axe would then be left 1v1 against a Bat Rider. That's not really ideal. Or you run maybe the Axe mid. Axe versus Troll. That would be an interesting matchup. Both of them normally very good at punishing melees. So we'll see what ends up happening. 5th pick now. They'll need a core, probably a mid. In terms of mids out there, they could use a little more lockdown, I feel like. Right now, they have Call and mainly the Venge stun. So they can control the map a bit. Axe, they're currently the only hero who can do that, and ideally go around setting up kills with him. 50 seconds, his Invasion will think this one over.
Razor.
Razor. Good pick this game. Up against the Troll, most likely. Should have a good time in the laning stage at the very least, and whether or not he can dominate later on remains to be seen. But a nice hero against melee cores in general, and Lycan and Troll, well, you want to jump in on this Razor, start stealing their damage immediately. He tends to build tanky, so can survive through the Ice Blast burst damage. And the other nice thing with the Razor is he's good against Bat. You go for the lasso, and you just get purged immediately. Difficult to drag him too far out of position. They also have the swap to deal with the lasso for ADTR. As Invasion look to bounce back, they have not had a very good run so far. Sitting 4-8, as mentioned before, in this group stage. We'll see the Enflame Wraith King once again, and that will leave DDC as the last player to select up his hero on this Ancient Apparition. And here we go, guys. We're underway now. It's game 1 of a best of 2. Well, not really best of 2. A 2-game series, I should say, here in the group stage. And we get underway with our introductions. Invasion Radiant, EHOME Dire. And it wouldn't be a game of Dota without a pause. So we'll introduce them. Ghost playing your Axe. ADTR will be on the Vengeful Spirit. FCFC going mid as the Razor with the boots first. OK on the Witch Doctor. And Kachikimba playing the Terrorblade. As for EHOME, OU on the Bat Rider. Fang will be Mushi, I believe, on the Troll Warlord. Inflame, the Wraith King. DDC going to be playing the Ancient Apparition. And that does leave Yang, or I believe ZYF, on your Lycan. Why they gotta make my life difficult by using these fake names? What's your problem, bro? So it looks like Invasion is trying to fix their VPN. The Southeast Asian players do not ping well to China in general. The Great Firewall is quite a nuisance. So as a result, they'll need to, I guess, maybe restart the VPN, reconnect. Not sure exactly what the problem is for FCFC, but I'll try to get himself back in the game. So guys, we can talk a little bit about the standings here while we've got a moment. EHOME right now are in pole position along with Tong Fu to finish top 2. And it doesn't really matter if you finish top 2. What really matters is finishing top 4. You get into the top 4 and you will move on into the main event as one of the qualified teams from Asia. Should you fall short, then you'll be a wildcard team if you're 5 or 6. So right now EHOME are sitting 12-2. They have the least losses tied with Tong Fu at 10-2. So both teams in fantastic shape here to end up qualifying. And with that said, we get on pause, we get underway. So far, a fairly short one. Fortune, Lady Luck on our side, at least for now. Ohio will move along to the bottom lane. And there to greet him will be the entirety of Invasion. Drops down his Observer Ward off the bat. And they start painting. They get vision on him. Yeah, they did. FCFC now going to zone him out. They drop the sentry. Oh, it's just in range. Nicely done. They see the Batman off in the jungle, and almost instantly, you know He's off to a warding job. So they get the D ward. That's going to make life a bit harder for Ohio.
To battle.
As for EHOME, they'll be happy. Their jungle's not invaded in spite of the D ward. So they will be able to get their levels out. And Ancient Apparition, Wraith King, both two fairly level dependent supports. They have a smoke early. Something that they could use to set up a kill. So who would they gank? Axe going to the off lane. Pretty killable with the wraparound, I would say. You've got the Howl Chilling Touch combo, very potent for early game damage output. And Razor Boots first can also be killed, but it comes down to if he goes into a bad position or not. They won't use it off the bat, though. They'll look for some early pulls, most likely. Backing off to the top lane for now. And so the Terrorblade will not be heavily contested. He's going to get the safe lane farm, protected by 2. Actually, they will use it right away. Okay, Smoke Gank on the prowl is in flame. And they'll look for the Razor kill. Right as FCF charges in, they're not actually going to go up the ramp, and he's starting to back off. This could end poorly. They really need to bait him in a bit. Mushi has gone for the Whirling Axes. He is in range for him, so he'll have that slight slow at level 1. And now the slow's out, the stun's in. They're going to look to move. Chilling Touch deployed, and FCFZ in all kinds of trouble will end up going down. Didn't even need the Lycan Howl. He actually is not skilled yet. Going for the Wolves off the bat. In the meantime, bottom lane, Ohio should be okay. Good early movement here from EHOME. Very aggressive play. As in Flame and DDC will back off to the woods. Well, I wasn't sure if Mushi would end up going back to China, to be honest. After what happened with DK, and just from what I heard, the air... Apparently Mushi is a bit asthmatic. The air in China is not very good in general, for those who haven't heard. At least in the western provinces near the coast, where all the factories are. And, so apparently he was thinking about going back to Malaysia. He was experimenting with the old Titan boys, and unfortunately they just couldn't get that orange magic back. So here he is, back in China, and doing very well so far. Wow, getting a lot out of this off lane. And in the meantime, Ghost is just jungling. He hits level 2 pretty quickly, but he's not putting any pressure on the enemy support. So they're free to go for those roams towards the mid lane, and as we saw, getting that early kill. Invasion trying to chase out Ohio, but can't really get close. Will end up backing off.
Haste.
Now Invasion rotate around towards the bottom lane. They have the haste advantage, but just gonna go for some pulling. Finally the Axe will arrive top as this lane does move in, and we'll get a creep. But Inflame able to pull it back, so won't be easy creeps for Axe. The issue for him is he's up against Chilling Touch and Howl. Because of that, he can't really enter the lane too easily, and we'll see an interesting adjustment here as ZYF goes straight into the jungle. He's going to start farming as the Lycan, and that leaves the lane for the Wraith King to farm. So they're getting a little bit more out of this laning stage than Invasion. Not only the first blood, but look at the lanes right now. FCFC 8 and 7, not dominating though. Mushi is actually out CSing him for now. City at 12 and 2. Off to a pretty good start here. And the bottom lane's pushing in. This is going to be a lot of extra experience for Ohio. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, he wanted to contest. Salve up from Ghost. It gets cancelled. We're seeing some attack animations here and there. I guess it's Dota TV. But doesn't end up getting the kill still. That's a sad Axe. Forced to tango. Forced to blow all his regen, basically. And that's what I meant about the Chilling Touch. Axe is pretty good at tanking in the lane, but not against that. All that magic damage. Stout Shield only does so much for you at that point. So Lycan having a good time here. He's still progressing in levels pretty quickly. And one thing I want to mention is just how good EHOME are roshing with this draft. They have the Troll Ultimate coming online in the next few minutes. Howl, Wolves. Well, actually he's skipping Howl for now, but I will take the point soon enough. And on top of that, the Wraith King Lifesteal Aura if he wants to grab it. So they should have an easy time of securing the Roshan. Unless Invasion contest. And in order for them to do that, they basically have to walk into the pit. They have Wave of Terror and Plasma Field to just try and harass and scout out a bit, but not really the best lineup in the pit in general. Whereas EHOME, As we're going to see later on this game, they have the Batrider Lycan duo, and that means Ohio can just be all over the place with BOTs, although he doesn't go for the Bone 7 build here. Actually, a little surprising. I mean, not surprising that he doesn't go for it, because it's not really that common of a build in the Asian scene, but I feel like it's just such a good build. It leaves you a little bit vulnerable. You go BOTs, and then you can't do too much without your blink, but once you get that blink, it's just an explosive Batrider game. Can always go back for it, so he'll get the blink dagger first, it looks like, and then there's still the option of grabbing it later. But I have to say that's one of many very creative and successful builds pioneered by Cloud9. I think it's towards the top of the list for me as far as special tactics. One of my favorites. Ohio just chilling here. He's gonna look to grab some neutrals. But you can see the efficiency of EHOME just starting to pull them ahead. 1,500 gold lead already, 1,500 experience lead, and Invasion not punishing the jungle Lycan whatsoever. You see a Lycan pick, oftentimes when the axe is picked up, teams will just go into this enemy safe lane with the axe and just shut the Lycan down, but that's not the case. They're just looking to push with the Terrorblade for now. Kachikemba will get aggressive here, forcing the tower down, and one issue for EHOME, they don't have the best deep push at this stage. Until they get Ice Blast, all they really have is Firefly. So, Invasion capitalized on this. They're even going to bring in a 4th hero, and I kind of like this. They I feel like they could go for 2. There's just not much deep push, although Metamorphosis is going to end soon, so maybe not. But the next Metamorph, though, they can try for this. Rotation coming out from DDC. He's going to swing around mid. He's got an Observer Ward. And that Courier, inbound. Drops the Ops. He's going to see the Courier. Now he's like, I don't really want to fight. Leave me alone, Ghost. He's got a smoke. Oh, hello. Hello. Double Tango. Heading to the north. What a great escape by DDC. Very nicely played. He'll waltz out. But keep your eyes on the Roshan attempt. I have to point out, though, Mushi is dominating a Razor. That's impressive. Has the phase boots out now. Troll, a decent laner even against Razor, can go for the ranged attacks and avoid losing too much damage, but you run the Razor mid, you're expecting to do better against Mushi, and a lot of this comes back to the first blood. They make their go into Ghost top lane. Axe in trouble, Axe getting attacked, and will be chopped down. Oh, gets the call off, though. Oh, with the call, he may end up surviving. Inflame, one more stun. Gets the kill, now on the retreat, and the wrap around cometh. He's got his reincarnation already skilled up, and, well, Inflame, gonna go down. Can they kill him a second time, though? They're scattering in some backup. Wolves inbound. Lycan morphed and getting bigger. Looking for FCFC. In comes Papa ZYF. He gets the first kill. He looks for OK. He'll get that one, too. Inflame still surviving for now. As the Troll's on the chase. He's got the range slow. He'll get it off. And now ADTR. Gonna be the 3rd casualty of war. As Lycan scurries up the ramp and will continue farming his woods. They are giving away free farm to a Terrorblade. But I don't know how effective the Terrorblade will be this game. There's really good lockdown for him. Lasso, Ice Blast, very effective against him. Just with that burst damage. They have a Wraith King who can jump on him, tank, and not worry about dying with the second life. They also have the Troll Blind, which works really well against him. And in general, they're very mobile. Just being able to run in quickly is the Lycan. The other thing is denying the Aegis to Terrorblade. It's a hero that can solo it early. We've seen that a lot from EE, and not allowing to do that can be a big game changer. Ghost going in deep top lane, but perhaps a bit too far. At the same time, bottom, Inflame being pursued out. They do have that single point in Reflection, but can't get in range. And now the turnaround comes. They're going to jump in with Mushi. Now just the stun first from Inflame. Kachikemba has the Sunder, but he gets bashed. He's not going to end up getting it off. Oh, that hurts. Now ADTR being run down. There's no rotation just yet. Another bash. And another kill. Actually, that one was a stun. Just a little visual lag for me here. Still, racking them up. And they can transition into Roshan fairly soon, I think. If they had the Lycan nearby, they probably would have by now. He goes for the Max Feral Impulse. Still no points in hell. Honestly, we don't see a whole lot of this just because How offers you so much in the laning stage, but it's a new take on the Lycan. A carry that goes into the jungle early, but normally not at level 3. You'll normally see teams wait until more like that 5 to 7 mark to leave the lane. But it wasn't really punished. Midas about to come out, Balfour in Flame, so that's a fast Wraith King Midas. And at this point, they're running a quad core. They're going to continue to pull ahead, unless Invasion can turn this laning stage around. Now down 4,500 gold, 5,500 experience. It is looking rough. Yeah, you've Terrorblade, but as mentioned, I don't think this is a game Terrorblade can win on his lonesome. He's going to need some farm teammates as well to join him. As the Wolf charges in, there's a TP on Ghost, but he waits a while. Oh, he's waited too long. Now he's just going to try to lock it out. Shake it off. He can't shake it off. He's punished. And the other problem is they're getting these kills top lane is... Ooh. The Mushi Blink Dagger. Interesting. I wonder why Blink on Troll. I've never seen it before, but... Troll is normally very mobile in fights. With the phase boots and melee form, you run fast enough to catch most heroes. It's not like you're up against the Faceless Void where you want to be able to blink dodge out of a chrono. Maybe a bit of a troll item for Mushi. Get it? I mean, you can, I guess, if you're really confident in your RNG, just blink in for the bash, but it's a very unusual pickup. This might be the first troll blink dagger game. I actually want to check that right now. I may miss a kill if I try, though. There have been 25 troll blink dagger games on record. 6.6% of games. That's actually surprisingly high. 5 games where it was bought as like the first big item. While I was busy looking. I did miss Mushi going there. Whatever. That was well worth the research to me. Sorry, guys. I know you wanted to see that kill. We can actually... I think we can go back here. How do I... Is that the kill? Oh, it just happened. Gotta go back before it. So they Ice Blast him, they stun him, and production value, swap it back into the tower, get the kill. Okay. Anyway. We're moving through the jungle. Why do I want to say FNG? I've been casting too much CIS Dota lately. Not FNG. Mr. Fang. Or Mushi. Will leap in here. They get the first kill. Now they're looking for more. And Flame has his ultimate online. He's going to build towards what looks to be that 4-staff. And he's closing in on it. That's the classic old school fire way to play the Wraith King. At the time, he was the Skeleton Man. And now they'll roll. Yang's going to... ZYF, rather. He's going to grab that. So Aegis online, it's looking like a very straightforward, kind of clinical performance here. 7,500 gold lead, 7,500 experience lead. EHOME showing why they are 12-2 as they continue to just tear through this Asia bracket. Nice to see. Uh-oh. Wolf scouting. This is scary. Blink Dagger now out on your Bat Riders. They get a little more initiation power. And the Wolf continues to keep an eye on these supports as they morph. They're looking for the charge in, and Invasion don't even know what's about to come. They'll never know what hit them. Oh, maybe they will. Cast comes out. Ice Blast going to hit FCFC. Just need a little more damage with the Urn Charge. They should be able to get that kill. Still, as EYF fighting his way through this, he'll munch down on that delicious Witch Doctor. Now, going to grab FCFC, but can he get out of here? Oh, that's the question. That's the million-dollar question. Loses 1 life. He does have the armlet. He's going to spend his gold now, picking up the Ogre Club. His team's on the way. Mushi will blink in, quickly gets the blind. Now looks to run out. They lay into Mr. ZYF, but can't get the kill just yet. Ghost now being run down. Ohio getting farther and farther into this fight. Still in flame. Able to survive and chase onwards as Kichigimba gets off the Sunder, but continues to be pursued out. Witch Doctor ult may turn. This gets 1. Looking for a second. Can he survive long enough? No. Armlet toggle by ZYF. Ends up getting 2 kills, but not sufficient. Well, 2 kills Counting your Aegis, I should say. But in the end, oh, and the Wraith King. Wraith King ends up losing his ultimate. The Blink Dagger Troll, huh? Blinks in, blinds, helps save his Lycan. Okay. Interesting Dota. It's looking better and better for EHOME. They have been clobbering their way through this group stage. Now, looking to make it a 13-2 start. This will be the halfway point for them. After this game, they have played 15 of the 30 games to be played. If every team with so many to go. I think the most games played yet is by C-Deck, who sit at 16-6. Yeah, they've played 22. 7 more games. Like, it's such a long group stage. 30 games. Of course, this is not the only stream, folks. If you want to watch some other Dota, you can go to twitch.tv/BeyondTheSummit 2 or 3. We've got EGAD as well as Cyclops casting for y'all. For your viewing pleasure. We've had Lysander helping out. Thank you to Lysander as well. He's been a real trooper. And of course, Gods, he's been the marathon man as of late. And really putting in the long hours. And here is Mr. Lycan. ZYF on the move once again. Haven't seen too much Armlet Lycan. It's an interesting build. More of a hard carry type. We'll go on Ghost. Now getting off that lasso to start. Quickly scouted out by the Lycan Wolves. An Invasion feeling more and more like they may need a gem to turn this one around. ZYF on the chase. The cast bouncing nicely. But is it nicely enough? Batrider leaps over. And one more Munch. Down for the count. They had the Sunder maybe to attempt to save, but it may have cost the Terrorblade his life if he went for that type of play. ZYF is 7-1-3. This guy is just having the ball. Easiest time of his life. It will actually not be the Force Staff, Scott Wraith King. It's going to be a Necronomicon to go with the Lycan. Obviously, as we all know, this is fantastic with Hal, but definitely unexpected. You'd think the Lycan would go for it, and the Wraith King would go for some sort of Blink Dagger or utility item, but not the case. Interesting adjustments here from EHOME. I think if you're Invasion, you look at this game and you just say, like, we needed to somehow punish them harder in the laning stage, and that's where going for the first 3 picks, the Axe, Vengeful Spirit, Witch Doctor seem really strong, but you go back for the Terrorblade, and you're leaving the Lycan to absolute free farm. And they have this X factor being able to just give the lane to a support and put the Lycan in the jungle. And the First Blood, potentially avoidable for FCFC, but I feel like that's not the big problem. Mushi also just dominating his lane. A lot of things going right for EHOME, but I think the biggest just giving unchecked free farm to Lycan and letting him do it from the woods. Normally we don't see this hero go to the woods that early, and it's a nice adjustment from EHOME and one that's allowed them to pull very far ahead. A lot of faith in the Kachikimba Terrorblade, but he's got his work cut out for him. BKB now complete. Blink Dagger just coming online. At the time the Lycan's got a BKB, the Axe only now has a Blink Dagger. And, oh, what do you know? Double Force Staff. DDC picking one up. Ohio also snagging his own and TPing into the mid lane. They're going to look for a go here. Mushi split pushing nicely. They drop down a sentry. Moving their way through the ramps. At the same time, though, Invasion trotting towards top.
Dire's top tower
Chikimba trying to keep up in farm, but he's getting out farmed by the enemy Troll, obviously the Lycan, and Wraith King and Batrider not far behind. Just not a game that Terrorblade can carry 1v5. They have too much mobility, too much damage, lots of lockdown. And Flame getting caught off top lane. He has his ultimate though. I don't know if they want to go on him a second time, and now, well, they're not going to have a choice about it. ZYF comes in, 2-shot, and finishing off that Axe as they look for more BKB used to dodge out of a stun, and beautiful reactions and play by ZYF. Very impressive. That was like a point blank. At least I think he dodged it. Either that or it's just the Dota TV lag kicking in, but either way. I don't know why you go on the Wraith King there. I know you need to make... If you're Invasion, you definitely need to create pressure. That's the right idea, but you can't just sit back and farm. You're getting out-farmed too hard. It's a quad core. They've got the map control. They're going for a lot of towers. They can split push and take the slate if they need to, or beat you now. But of all the heroes to go on, the Wraith King with his ultimate, with a tier 1 right behind him, by far the worst choice. Hell, even the Lycan would be better, as tanky as he is. This armlet build, I have to say, is proving to be very cost-effective DPS for ZYF. And that's a level 3 Necro 4-position Wraith King at 20 minutes. 4-position, I say, but he's well ahead of his Batrider. Ohio is quickly becoming a support. A very farm support, but a support nonetheless. Lycan coming in again. There's a little bit of backup here. He howls with the armlet. The crits are huge! 4, 5 shots, down goes 1. Now, oh my god, he's out of control. He's gonna fight Kachikimba. I don't know if he wants to go for this. He gets called and dunked. Well, honestly, I think a 2-for-1 to get that Lycan is actually worth it. Invasion should be happy with that. They should only be happy with it because when you're this far behind, you gotta take what you can get. That is a 2,500 gold swing, though. Oh my goodness. Just from the 1 kill, but 2,500 against the 20,000 gold swing is... Or overall gold lead is a lot to deal with. They are ringing Mushi around the tree line. He's got the Blink BKB, and he's going to look for the initiation. Throws the axes out north, doesn't actually connect. Now looking for Ghost, and Batrider's here. Gets the lasso, looks for the kill. Swap there to try and break the lasso, but doesn't end up accomplishing anything. This Ghost will go down on the axe. Your Venge will be next, and now the Terror Blade managing to at least collect the tower as a trade. He did TP out back to base. Here comes the push. Inflame, Mushi, Ohio, and DDC all grouping up, congregating top as it's ZYF off on his own. He's playing the 1 in this 4 Protect 1, although it's really more of a quad core. But he's alone anyway. He's the one that... He's a bit of a loner, this Lycan. Likes his personal time. Doesn't like to be around people too much. You might call him a lone wolf. Yuck. You know, I actually laugh to myself a lot about really corny jokes like that. I'm a weird guy. I don't know what that makes you folks listening to me, but I guess you'll put up with anything for some quality Chinese Dota. Or Asian Dota, I should say. Oh boy, Kachikimba does get spotted out here. This is going to be tough to escape from. One timely bash could spell his downfall. He throws out a reflection. He has a TP. He's going to go for it. Is there a bash? Is there a bash? Oh! Man, does he drop fast or what? If that Ice Blast hits before he TP's out, he would have shattered. Almost certainly. And now they pick up a Deso. Oh my god, ZYF is big. What a beast. Batrider lasso is ready, and they're going to jump ADTR. He's stunned. Don't need to lasso this. They'll just pop the Necro 3, keep on hustling towards mid. And now Mushi going into an ultimate orb. I really wonder what he's going to go on this troll. We see a Blink Hex. Does he go for a Scotty? Nothing else really stands out. Manta, I suppose, is okay. And, oh yeah, there used to be a Roche here, guys. Don't worry about that. What they should worry about on Invasion is this Batrider. Ohio's in position. He's got a gem. He knows he's not warded, and he's prepping up for a big leap into Radiant territory. They ping. They know that he's around that area, even though they don't have vision. So good instincts coming out from your Venge. But the move from Ohio... about to begin. He's just in the fog. They don't see him yet. But I don't think they really need to get a Batrider jump. They can just brute force their way in. Walk into the base. Don't even need the Necro 3 to be honest, and just leave it to ZYF. He stands at the front lines. Your Bruiser Wraith King about to hit level 16 joining him as Axe will go in with the Blink Call initiation. Now tries to run the hell away. Witch Doctor being channeled. Brings down DDC. Mushi forced to run. ZYF says, that's okay, I got this one. I'm going to Superman ya. Brings down FCFZ. And the Axe spins. Good, not enough. He runs through. 3, make it 4. ZYF with the triple. And it might end up being an Ultra. It is. Oh, mama. That's a GG any minute if I've ever seen one. In fact, I should probably see if this next lobby is hosted yet. Not seen a lobby. Maybe they already started the next game. Well, this is ugly. EHOME just running roughshod over Invasion. They'll take 2 lanes of racks here. GG coming any minute. And hopefully I get in the lobby for game number 2. If not, we'll stick to Dota TV in that case. I do apologize for missing the last lobby though, guys. Silence is golden, as they say. 2 lanes of racks. Perhaps they didn't GG out yet. Perhaps they hang on for a couple more minutes. But this looks to be very difficult for Invasion to turn down 30k gold. 30k experience. I think they know that their tournament lives are already on the line. Well, they're about to start losing those lives. ADTR goes in for the swap. He's going to die. Razor stealing damage, and ZYF going in anyway. A lot of damage still. BKB not used, but ZYF with the quick bash, the easy kill. Another bash. This is going to be Kachigimba down as well. Home Manta his way out. He has no Sunder, and he shall fall. 3 dead. Herded back to the well. Still no GGs. They are gluttons for punishment here. ZYF going to limp away. The end times are nigh, and Mushi, it looks like he will go for his side, Scotty.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Nice cold feet, Yule Scepter. This should end up proccing. Yeah, he gets stunned. Inflame now. Throwing up the Necrobook as they lasso and just destroy the Axe. FCFZ charging in. He'll get shredded. Ice Blast to fly towards the fountain onto ADTR and gets munched down in the well. Not quite finished off. Now he's down for the count. An Ultra kill again. Make it 2 on the game and GG is called. I'm still not seeing that lobby. The next lobby actually might be hosted, but if it is, we'll catch it from Dota TV, folks. This is game 1 now of lock. It's a 13-2 jump out. A hot start coming here from EHOME as we move right along in your Asian qualifiers for the Dota 2 Asia Championships. Top 4 teams move on, and right now, CDEC, EHOME, Tongfu, and Big God clinging on. HGT not far behind them, sitting at 9-3, and unfortunately for Invasion, they dropped to 4-9. Guys, thank you for watching. I'm going to see if I can find this lobby in Dota TV or otherwise, but with that said, I'm LD. You can follow me on Twitter at LDDota. We will return soon for game number 2.